Why do your portraits look flat, even though you're endlessly adding details? The problem isn't likely your shading, the way you draw eyes, or your ability to capture that likeness. It's likely the structure that lies underneath. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple daily drawing exercise that you can do so your portraits start looking realistic, three-dimensional, and solid. You'll learn how to place features accurately, understand the angle of the head that often trips beginners up, and help you feel proud of the portraits that you're producing. Let's get into it.
What is the portrait in a box exercise? The idea is really simple. Instead of thinking about the head as a flat oval, we imagine the head sitting inside a three-dimensional box. That box gives us a framework to understand the direction the head is facing, how much of the side we can see, where the features should sit. Think about it like building a house. You wouldn't start by decorating the rooms or adding finishing touches before the foundations are complete, because if the structure is wrong, everything built on top of it will also be wrong. Portrait drawing works in exactly the same way. Before worrying about things like eyelashes, lips, or tiny details, we need to understand the bigger shapes and the overall structure of the head. This exercise is designed to train that exact skill. The first step is to draw a simple box. It doesn't need to be perfect, but there is one important thing to remember. The box needs to feel like it's sitting in three-dimensional space. This means thinking about perspective as well. The edges of the box shouldn't run straight up or down or side to side like a flat square. The lines that move away from the viewer should angle slightly, helping to create that illusion of depth. The reason this matters is because the head also exists in perspective. Depending on the angle of the reference, you might see more of the front plane, more of the side plane, or more of the top plane. The box helps us understand these changes before we start even thinking about facial features. Don't worry about creating a perfect perspective drawing. The goal here isn't like an architect would need. It's simply to create a three-dimensional framework that helps you place the head correctly. And now you've done this step, the next step is so much easier. Once the box is in place, the next step is finding the center line of the face. This is one of the most important parts of the exercise because the center line tells you how the head is rotating in space. If the head is turned slightly to one side, the center line won't sit perfectly in the middle of the box. It will follow the form of the head. This simple line helps you place the eyes, nose, and mouth more accurately because you're no longer guessing where they belong. Think of the center line as the foundation for the rest of your portrait. If this goes wrong, every feature that comes afterwards will also be affected. And now it's time for the really fun part, placing the main features. At this stage, don't worry about drawing perfect eyes or adding details. Focus on the bigger relationships. Look at where the eye line sits inside the box, where the nose projects forwards, where the jaw connects to the rest of the head. Try comparing measurements rather than relying purely on instinct. How far is the chin from the nose? How much space is there between the eyes? How wide is the face compared to the height? These simple observations will improve your accuracy much faster than refining small details. Remember, goal of this exercise isn't to create a finished portrait. The goal is to train your eye to understand the structure of the head. If you're finding this exercise useful so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the Portrait Guru for even more videos in the future. I really appreciate your support. Now you've got the features in place, it's time to think about the planes and also the forms. The head isn't a perfect sphere. It has different planes that turn away from and towards the light. The forehead, cheekbones, nose and jaw all change direction, and these changes are what create the feeling of a three-dimensional form. A useful question to ask yourself is, which way is the surface facing? Instead of randomly guessing where shadows should go, you're making decisions based on the structure of the head. If a plane faces towards the light, it usually appears lighter, and if it turns away, it becomes darker. This way of thinking makes shading much easier because you're starting to understand the reason behind the values rather than simply just copying what you're seeing. If you're a bit clueless about perspective and what that even means, I've got a link in the top right corner there. That is a great starter if you're absolutely confused by perspective. This video teaches you about 2-point perspective, a great place to start. One of the biggest mistakes artists make is just trying to capture too much information too soon. When doing this exercise, focus on the largest shapes first. Find the overall angle of the head, the main planes and the biggest proportions before worrying about smaller details. A simple drawing with strong structure always feel more convincing than a detailed drawing where the foundations are all over the place. You can always add more detail later, but if the underlying structure is wrong, details won't fix that problem. And if you're trying this exercise yourself, let me know in the comments how you're getting on. I'd love to hear from you. Another mistake people make with this exercise is overcomplicating the box. Remember, the box is just a simple guide. It doesn't need to be perfect, and it doesn't need to appear in your final drawing. The purpose is to understand the head as a three-dimensional object before you start adding details. Another mistake is drawing the box and then ignoring it. Use those edges, angles and planes to guide where you place the features. The box is there to support your decisions. Want to go even deeper? Join the Portrait Guru membership for exclusive shorts, behind the scenes content and exclusive chat rooms to help improve your art with fellow gurus. It's a way to support the channel and your own artistic journey. Check out the link in the description about different membership options. I recommend you trying out this exercise for 10 to 15 minutes per day, trying it on a variation of different portrait photography, some looking up, down, left, right, in perspective, etc. The more you get out of your comfort zone and consistently practice this exercise in particular, the more you'll get out of it and the more you'll see your portrait drawings really take off. The portrait in a box exercise might seem pretty simple, but it teaches one of the most important skills in drawing, learning how to see. The more you practice building a head instead of just simply copying features, the easier your portraits become. Try this exercise with different references, different angles, and different expressions as well. Don't worry about creating perfect drawings every time. The goal is to train your eye and build your understanding of form. Once you understand the structure underneath the face, everything else becomes much easier. Thanks for watching, and I recommend checking out this video coming up.